Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this review we're going to take a look at the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Deluxe Theatrical Edition Batman Returns Batman. So here he is. A good friend of mine over here in Southern California was able to find him for me at a Target locally. So these are hitting Target stores. I'm sorry, I stayed on that a little too long. But yeah, these are hitting Target stores right now. They should be available everywhere eventually. Pre-orders, I think, sold out at like the McFarlane online store, GameStop, all the usual suspects. So yeah, you should be able to get them at some point though. But right now, Target's the only place that is getting them. Even though I have this on pre-order from the McFarlane online store, I just had to have this guy now because I am a huge Michael Keaton 89 Returns fan, and I've been so excited for this figure and for this series. So yeah, I'm very happy to have him. I'm not going to try to hunt down the other ones. I'm just going to wait for my pre-orders for Catwoman and Max Schreck and the Penguin. Those are cool, but I really wanted to get my hands on Batman. But here he is. Let's take a look at the packaging first. So love the Batman Returns artwork here. Of course, the poster on the back. Love it. Love the blue metallic sheen it has on the outline of the box. The logo looks great right there. And then there is the figure itself. You know, it looks like they made, this movie just came out yesterday, and they made a new line of action figures to support it. So love that we are still getting Batman Returns figures after all these years. It also comes with the grappling gun, the batarang, extra set of hands. So there you go, and a trading card. But yeah, without further ado, let's get this guy out of the package and let's take a closer look. All right, so there's the figure outside of the packaging. And before we take a look at that, I just wanted to highlight the inner box here and this beautiful artwork that is on the packaging. There's the Batmobile turning into the Bat Missile. Man, if they gave us a Bat Missile, that would be amazing. I would love to see a Bat Missile. There's the training card, the stand. But yeah, I just really like how they went the extra mile here, changed up the inner artwork there. I'm not sure what this is based on, if this was created exclusively for this or if it's some old artwork. But whatever, it looks cool. So really nice that they did that. Then there is the figure itself. And I'll show you what it looks like with the accessories, but let's focus on the figure for a moment here. So there he is, and I love this figure. You know, the 89 Batman figure that was released a couple of years ago, I really like that figure as well. But one thing that always bothered me, the biggest thing that bothered me with that figure was that the head and the neck seemed to be, it didn't look like this. This is how it's supposed to look, right? Where the cowl is all one piece. The 89 did not look like that, right? So that really bothered me because it really kind of messed up the whole aesthetic of the figure and the whole look. This looks great. This is how it should look. It should all be one beautiful uniform piece, right? Even though it's not, the head is not attached to the rest of it because you can move it around. There is some range of motion there. Not too much. You can't move it up or down, but you can move it side to side a little bit, which is fine. But yeah, overall, when you look at it, like the silhouette there, looks like one piece. And that's a huge piece of the Keaton look, which I feel like they did a great job capturing here. The face sculpt, I think, is pretty good. You know, I can see Keaton in this. You know, I think it's a good rendition of him. The mask looks great. The armor looks really nice. This is how it's supposed to look. Less beastly and more armor plated. Even though I still like the 89 suit more. I love the Returns suit, obviously. But I think it looks really nice. The belt looks good. Got the gold. And the logo, the Returns logo, looks really nice. Here's the back of the figure, if you're interested. And this is a wired cape, thankfully. So glad we got a wired cape on this one. At least look how cool that looks. And yeah, this looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. I just love the way this figure came out. Yeah, I don't, you know, I'm trying to find some things I don't like about it, but I really love this figure. I mean, if it was all one piece, completely one piece without even the neck being able to move, I think that would have been even better. But this is fine. This works for me. It achieves what I was hoping it would achieve with this release. Also, the other thing that I would have loved to have seen is if the cape went all the way down to the middle, like in the movie. You can't bring it around. This is as far as it goes, so which is a bummer. But that would have been amazing if they were able to figure out a way to attach it right here instead, like in the movie. But again, nitpick. I love this figure. So I kind of showed you the neck movement, but here is, you know, the rest of the articulation. They're pretty standard. There's a toe. But yeah, this is a good looking, great looking Batman Returns figures. Might be one of my favorite figures of the year, honestly. Man, I love that head sculpt. Love the mask. Love the way it looks. The cowl, I'm sorry. It looks great. Looks really nice. Got a little ding on my one there. It's a bummer, but what are you going to do? All right, let's see how he looks with his accessories. All right, there he is with his grapple gun and his batarang. They look nice. Pretty sure they're probably reissued from the '89 release, but still looks good. Nonetheless, obviously they're pretty big compared to how they should actually look, but I think it's fine for an action figure that they look like this. It would have been cool if they had given us the Batarang with that little computer screen on it that the dog catches and uses to frame Batman. That would have been cool, but again, that's fine. It's a nice little Batarang. All right, let's see how he looks next to a few other McFarlane Batman figures. All right, so there is the Returns figure next to the Flash movie Flash, who is actually wearing a repainted Batman Returns suit next to the '89 Batman, and of course the Sonar suit, Val Kilmer from Batman Forever. So let's start off with the Flash. So a lot of folks have been asking or wondering if this figure is just reusing this. And I don't think so, because they are very different sculpts and designs. The Flash movie figure is a lot thinner. You can see the breast piece is totally different. Even the way the cowl is designed is very different. The cowl, I see some similarities, but really that's just because they are the same suit design-wise, so that's why they look the same. But yeah, it doesn't look like at all that they use this figure to make this one. Unless they stretch this guy out or something, but I doubt it. It looks like a totally new sculpt from what I can tell. Still kind of cool seeing these two together, as Barry did repaint this Batman Returns suit to get his Flash costume in that movie. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but there you go. So there are those two together. Let's put Batman Returns back up here and put the Flash over here. Then as far as how he looks next to the '89 Batman, you can obviously see the parts that they are sharing there. It looks like the legs, the belt obviously, the boots, yeah, pretty much the same. So that's all there. Then it starts changing when you get above the belt, but still some similarities. The '89 suit, man, I wish they had done the cowl like they had done the Batman Returns cowl. But look how good that looks right there, the Returns versus the '89. And I don't know if you could really do a head swap here, because the Returns head is all one piece, whereas the '89 head is attached to the neck, as you can see. So they're different engineering there. So I'm sure someone could figure it out, but yeah, they're not something you could easily swap out, but still. Also, the suit color, as you can see, the '89 suit is more of a dark jet black versus the '89. I'm sorry, the Return suit is a little bit more of just a dark, like lighter black or really dark gray. But for me, it works. I love the way the Return suit looks. Then finally, Val Kilmer next to Batman Returns. Obviously, don't think these are sized correctly, because I believe Kilmer was taller than Michael Keaton. So there's that, but they're still going to look great on the shelf together. And I'll do a YouTube short soon, kind of showing off all the Batman movie figures from McFarlane. But I guess that's about it. I mean, obviously, I love this figure. Really excited to have it. Totally lived up to my expectations. I know it's not a perfect one-to-one representation of the Return suit, but for me, I dig it. I absolutely love this figure. I think it looks fantastic, and I think they did a great job with it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll try to answer them. And again, I'll create some more content with some other figures, some other Batman movie figures soon. But there you go. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate your time as always. funny pose. And have a great day.